ITED, Illocotech Support Group, Illocos trainers, educators, and developers. Inspire and support diversity toward inclusive growth. Transform and empower individuals with ethics and professionalism. Educate and provide holistic developments and trainings. ITED, Illocotech Support Group.
Ayan. Hello everyone. Good afternoon po sa ating mga viewers live in Facebook and in YouTube. Welcome to our second webinar. Hello Teacher Janet, how are you?
Hello, Teacher Reggie. Good afternoon. And of course, good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome our viewers and participants in this afternoon's event. Balik Eskwela 2021, I'm ready na. Because as we all know, our teachers are very busy for the Upland Balik Eskwela, di ba, Teacher Reggie? Just to make sure okay yung flow ng start ng klase at ready na lahat. Ikaw ba, Teacher Reggie, ready ka na ngayong school year na to?
Of course, I'm very much ready, Teacher Janet. You know, Teacher Janet, I've been with many schools. I have conducted trainings or webinar workshops in preparation for the opening of classes and the use of Google Workspace for education. All right, so very timely itong ating webinar session for today, Teacher Janet.
Yes, Teacher Reggie. Kaya nga dapat tayo ready palagi para sa bata at para sa lipunan. And I am so glad, Sir Teacher Reggie, that we have this kind of webinar. And we are so blessed that we have this ITED group whose goal is to inspire, educate, and transform Ilocano educators and the community and the vital role of technology in this 21st century learning. At paulit-ulit po namin sasabihin po sa inyo na yung services natin ay free. And now our group, Teacher Reggie, sa pangunguna po ni Teacher Reggie with his co-trainer, Joe Costa, nakaproduce na po yung ITED group ng mga Google certified educators that will also help others to be more confident and competent using technology and of course, Google Workspace for Education. Teacher Reggie.
Yes, you are right, Teacher Janet. So we have conducted our first batch training and maraming nag-attend, not only in the province, other adjacent provinces, regions. So they also joined and participated for the first batch of training. And actually, Teacher Janet, we are now in our second batch and looking forward for the third batch and fourth batches.
Yes, sir. Gaya nga ng sabi natin, yung objectives talaga ni ITED Group is to inspire and support diversity towards inclusive growth, to transform and empower individuals with ethics and professionalism, and educate and provide holistic developments and training. Okay, so Teacher Reggie, punta po tayo. Mag-shoutout muna po tayo, Teacher Reggie. Dito sa comment box natin. Okay, so by the way po, to our dear participants, kindly type your name, your division or school in our comment box for us to identify and of course acknowledge you po. Thank you so much. Teacher Reggie, sino po yung nauna dito?
Alright, so Teacher Janet, we have live participants from the YouTube and in our Facebook page, which is the Illocotech Support Group. Okay, so I think our participants today, we have teachers, educators, and students who are passionately in using the Google tools. So in our webinar session today, we will be learning a lot, of course, with our passionate teachers who are now Google Certified Educators Level 1. So actually, they are these speakers that we have today ay produkto po ng ating Ilocotech Support Group. Ayan.
Yes, Teacher Reggie. Dito po sa mga comment sa comment box po natin, we have here Sir Edmar Bota Crenon. Good afternoon, teacher. So, paki-shoutout naman po si Ma'am Vanessa Faye Manligas, King Galisinao, teachers Maribeth Baroga, Rizal Joy Abiba, Juwayne Crystal Foronda Mendoza, Angelica Bolusan. And of course, we have here Teacher Mylene Rabe. Good afternoon, teachers. Yan, Teacher Reggie.
So we have participants, teacher participants from the schools division of Ilocos Norte, Teacher Janet. And
not only Ilocos Norte, Teacher Reggie, we have also from schools division of Lawag City. Yes.
Okay, so in this webinar session, we will be our speakers for this afternoon. They will be giving us some tips and tricks on the use of Google productivity tools such as Google Slides, Google Forms, and Google Docs. Okay, so I think we need to start now with our first speaker, Teacher Janet.
By the way, sir, before we will start our first speaker po, to our dear participants, we have a few reminders na dapat po nating gawin. There is allotted time for our open forum. Feel free to ask questions in our comment box po. We also welcome suggestions and comments. Thank you so much po. So let us start, sir. Teacher Reggie?
Yes, Teacher Janet.
Okay, so let us start. Our first speaker, teachers have 3 loves daw. Love of learning, love of learners, and the love of bringing the first 2 loves together. This is what I can see to our first speaker. A cum laude at Mariano Marcos State University, College of Teachers Education, year 2017, with a Bachelor in Elementary Education, major in General Education. Because of her love of learning, she joined the Batch 1 Google Certified Educator Level 1 and passed the said exam. At present, she is taking her Master of Arts in Education, major in Science Education at MMSU Graduate School. With her love of learners, she said teaching is an art of assisting others for the new discoveries. And to give the tips and tricks in Google Forms, she is an instructor 1 at Mariano Marcos State University College of Teacher Education, Laboratory Elementary School. Let us all welcome Teacher Rica Jane Natividad. Good afternoon, teacher.
Ayan. So, hello, Teacher Rica. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Teacher Janet, Teacher Reggie. Thank you for that humble introduction.
How are you today, Teacher Rica?
I feel happy and at the same time, I feel nervous. But
Okay.
I know that this program will have a smooth flow.
Okay, Teacher,
Yes.
how would you like to give some, the feelings when you had your first batch of training with the Ilocotech Support Group so that we can also attract our teachers, educators in the community to join with our free training services?
Yes, Teacher Reggie. So first of all, I would like to thank the Ilocotech Support Group for having me here. As Sir Reggie have said, I was one of the participants from Batch 1, wherein we had fundamental trainings for Google Workspace education. And by God's grace and through the collaborative effort of Ilocotech Support Group with the trainers, I was able to pass the said exam. And I am proud to be one of the Google certified educators here in Ilocos Norte. And to our viewers, you might as well try to join the training because you will learn a lot, especially now that Google tools are helpful and relevant now that we are slowly transitioning to online teaching.
Okay, so thank you very much, Teacher Rika. Thank you very much for that. So, would you like to greet your friends, teachers in your school, Teacher Rika?
Yes,
Pa-shout
let
out
me
naman,
just see
teacher.
on Facebook Live. Shout out. Yeah, I have some colleagues and friends here. Shout out to Sir Lawrence Adriatico, Sir Edmar, Ma'am Mylene, Sir Leo, Ma'am Diana, Ma'am Paula, Ma'am Eva, and all my friends. Thank you for gracing this training. I know that you would love to learn something to about Google Forms.
All right, so I think this webinar session will be a great, Teacher Rika. So, Teacher Rika, are you ready? Are you ready
Yes, Teacher
to?
Reggie.
Yes, Teacher Rika. So, please take it away, Teacher Rika.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to our 17 viewers in FB Live and from YouTube Live. Thank you for attending this seminar. And before we start, let's just have a short icebreaker. Um, okay, sorry, I feel nervous. Our first activity is your spelling sounds familiar. So before I will read some set of words and you will use the sound of the words to identify the word or phrase. So are you up to this challenge, FB viewers? You may type your answer on the comment box. And let's find out who can guess the word by just listening to its sounds. Okay, first. So I'll be reading the set of words first. Number one, call, leak, day, tea. So if you have something in mind, you may just type the answer. You use the sound to identify the phrase I am pertaining to. Sir Reggie, can you facilitate the answers on the Facebook, Teacher Reggie? You may type your answer, call, leak data. So by the sound, you will be able to identify a set of words or phrase. Okay, from Lawrence Adriatico, collect data. Let's find out. Very good. Yes, it's collect data. Wow. I will send a Gcash later on to Lawrence Adriatico. Next, I encourage everyone to try to answer. Next set of words. Mi, ki, kau, we, ses. Wait. No, I have shown the answer already. It's make quizzes. Okay, let's proceed to another. This one. Cry, ate, sore, vase. What set of words or phrase is that? Cry, ate, sore, vase. Let me just check on the FB Live. Okay, I'm still waiting for the answers. Okay, I can see Edmar's answer, make quizzes. From Diana, create service. From Sir Leo, create service. So I guess there's just a bit delay from the stream live. Okay, create surveys. Very good. You're right, create service. Next, we bed vase up. We bed vase up. What phrase or what set of words is this one? We bed vase up. we bed vase up. We bed vase up. Let me see, let me check. Okay, I'm still waiting for your response here on FB Live. We bed vase up. Think. Okay, the answer is web-based app. Okay, that's the answer. And the last one, we have Go Gel for Rooms. Oh, I know that this is quite easy. I know all of you will get this one correct. Go Gel for Rooms. What set of words is that? Go Gel for Rooms. Wow, Paula Silvestre got it correct. The answer is Google Forms. So I know that you know already what I'm talking about. Maybe some of you have mastered creating, maneuvering Google Forms already, but at this juncture, let me just refresh it, or probably you will learn some new tips from me. So together, my dear participants, join me in gearing up with Google Forms. So let's start. So this new normal, I know that there have been a lot of changes, but since the start of the 21st century education, there have been a lot of technological advancements wherein we integrated technology in our traditional classroom. But this present time, these technological advancements were heightened because of the COVID-19 pandemic, wherein we're experiencing now a new landscape of education since face-to-face classes are prohibited yet because of the threat of the virus. We teachers are tasked and challenged to have a new way of delivery of instruction. In Embed, we use an alternative learning modality wherein we use modular learning. But some schools, we also have that blended learning wherein we incorporate the use of modules and at the same time, synchronous classes. So right now, we are slowly transitioning to online learning because we can't deny the fact that online learning or flexible learning might be the future of learning, because right now it is still uncertain when we can go back to teach in a physical classroom. So since online learning is relatively new to us, our readiness as teachers is somehow being compromised or challenged. We teachers should not be left behind with the past. We need to be adaptive and responsive because we are the teachers. We are here to provide quality education despite that we have the pandemic. And as a part of preparation for this new normal, we need to be ready. That's why we have this kind of webinar right now. So what are Google Forms? So Google Forms is an online software that allows to create survey, quizzes, or receive feedback. So we will be further discuss this later on. It's also a web-based application in Google Suite. So when we say web-based, we can access it over an internet connection. So later I'll be showing you, or probably you know how to access it already. So why Google Forms? Why suddenly we use Google Forms now? So I have read several studies wherein they have found out that the use of Google Forms, it's somewhat effective in teaching and learning process. So Google Forms, it can improve students' participation because we can give feedback or make quizzes. Also, we can engage students in learning, especially right now, there's a barrier wherein we couldn't interact physically. So via Google Form, we could engage students in the teaching and learning process. And the last one, we can also evaluate learning. That is according to Nguyen et al. 2018. So we can use Google Forms in teaching and learning in interaction. So we can just float a Google form if we want to interact, if we want to check something with our students. Also with assessment, it could be formative assessment or summative assessment. It could be a form of a quiz. Also, we could use it to evaluation. For example, as teachers, we need to be evaluated regularly. So we could just float the Google form and evaluate your co-teacher, and also collection of data for graduate students. You can use this Google form now to gather data of your study, also survey, and also to give feedback. So let's see how Google Forms can be useful and beneficial to teaching and learning. So I'll be also sharing my whole screen now. Wait. And let's have a short demonstration of how to access or how to create Google Forms. Wait, sorry. Okay. So first, there are 3 ways to access Google Forms. First, we can use the Google Omnibox. We can just type forms.google.com. And once we click it, it will direct us to Google Forms. Another way to access Google Forms is that I know that every one of us has a Gmail account, right? So once you have a Gmail account, you have access to several Google apps. So one way also to access Google Forms is you just click this waffle icon or the app launcher icon. So once you click it, you can just scroll down and look for the icon Google Forms. So if you click this, it will also direct you to the creation of Google Forms. And the last one to create Google Forms or to access it, to opening it from your Google Drive. So you just click your Google Drive, then you click this icon here, new. Let's just wait. And Google Forms. You may click Google Forms there and you can choose to if it's a blank form, blank quiz, or from a template. So let's just start from a blank form. Okay. So while doing this, you can open your laptop too, or your any device. So as I demonstrate, you can also do it on your own. So now we have this blank Google form. So first, we can see this untitled form. This is just the basic. Once we create a form, it is automatic that the title would be untitled form. So for us to identify easily, we could just rename it sample. Let me just rename it sample quiz. Also, you can see it here. There is also another title, right? So we can just click it and it can copy or duplicate the title that you type on this part. So, but if you wish to change it, you might as well change it. So that is how we put a title. It's important to put a title so that we know what form are we doing, or for example, once we access it from the Google Drive, we're not be confused of looking or finding or looking for that form. Now, next we have this form description. What is this form description? If you want to give a short instruction of the quiz, so for example, this is your sample quiz in science. You can just add also your other instructions. So for example, you read the instructions carefully, type your name, or don't forget to click submit. Some instructions for our pupils to for them to be guided. So that's the first one. So this is your sample quiz. Now we have here a folder icon, right? What is all about this one? So once we click this one, we can move the form to our desired folder. So for example, this form or this quiz is for a TED workshop. You can just click this folder or we can just move it, and the form will be automatically uploaded on that folder. So once you look for it, let's try to move it. So once you look for it, you just look for the folder, TED Workshop 8010. Then you can access your Google Forms. So that is for the folder icon. Let me just... Okay, let's go back to our sample quiz. We also have this one star icon. If you wish to easily access it, you may put a star and we'll just access it from the starred part of the Google Drive. This one, starred part of the Google Drive, for you to access it easily too. Okay, so let's try to explore further about Google Forms. Now we have these hanging buttons. So these hanging buttons will help us create a Google Form. This one, just like a plus icon, it allows us to add questions. So for example, we click this and add a question, just like that. The other one, import questions. When we say import questions, when you have a existing Google form and you want to copy the questions there, you can just input the questions or import the questions using this one. So we try to click it, import, then you can see your previous forms. If you want to import some of your questions, you may do that too. Another is add title or description. If you want again to add another title, you can click that too. Add image. If you want to add a picture of in your form, you can also do that. You can also embed a video. For example, one of your assessment is analyzing or movie review or just a short video review. You can do that too. And this one, add section. We'll know that how we're gonna use add section later on. So let's try to make a quiz. I know that this is not new to you anymore, but let's just refresh some tips or some tips. Okay, short answer. Now, if you want to make our quiz or quiz questions, make it as a short answer question. Okay, we just click it. Then, for example, the first part of the quiz, probably as a teacher, I would want to know their name. So name, or you may also, since we are dealing with pupils, or if you are dealing with students, you can just type your name. Or my practice is that I usually write this way: type your name, just like that. So the pupils or the students may type their name. That is short answer. It requires a short answer only. So this is for good for open-ended questions. If you want to your quiz or assessment to assess or to know their insights or opinions about something, you may use short answer. Another. So let's add another question. Now let's Okay, another question. We'll be using paragraph. Okay, let's try paragraph. Now, if you need a longer response more than the short answer text, you can use this paragraph type of here in Google Forms. So it requires a long answer. This is good for probably essays or longer than short and answer text. Another, we have this multiple choice. So I know that this is one of the type of tests that we do, multiple choice. So also remember, while integrating assessment or while forming an assessment using Google Forms, we should also remember the principles of assessment. It doesn't mean that we have this form already, that we just put all the questions in random order. But as teachers, it's also best for us to adapt and adhere to the principles of assessment. So for example, multiple choice. What would be the question? Which of the following, let's just try this one. Which of the following is a conductor of electricity? So just like that, it's a form of a question. So for example, let's put the option number 1, spoon, paper, wood, and what else? Cotton. That's so there we have it, the multiple choice type. Now, if we want it to add or include image, we can do that. So we just click this image icon, add image. And if you have already available pictures of these choices, you can just upload it from your camera by URL. But right now, let's just use this Google image search. So let's look for spoon, since that is our first option. So we can add this. We insert that one. Then we can see the image too. Next, paper. If we want to add an image of a paper, we can just look for paper in the Google image search. Then we include this one. Insert. Another, if we want to add wood, let's add wood. Wood. Okay, just this one. This one will do it. And the last option, we have cotton. Okay. So let's try to view it. So we can, while we are doing doing a quiz or a form, we can regularly check it with this icon, just an eye icon. So this is for preview. So let's see how our quiz will gonna look like once we use images as option. So see, it will look better, especially if on the user of the pupil, he or she can see it visually. Spoon, paper, wood, cotton, just like that. Okay, so another type is check boxes. Wait, sorry. Let's just add question. Add question. Let's try to explore check boxes. Now, multiple choice, we use multiple choice if it requires one answer only. But when we use check boxes, if that question requires two or more answers. So for example, we have a question, which of the following or which of the following is or are um, examples of physical change, or in Filipino, maaari mong gamitin alin sa mga sumusunod ang pangungusap na naiiba or hindi. Pangungusap na nagsasaad or nagpapakita ng or gumagamit ng pandiwa, parang ganun. So kapag if that question requires two or more answers, we can use check boxes. Another, aside from that, we have this drop down. So when we use drop down, so for example, we want to know the ages of a certain group of people. So we just type age. Since there is a infinite range of ages, we cannot just type it 23, 24, 25. This would just make the form so long. So we can use it, for example, we can just use it as a range. For example, 18 to 26 to 25, 25 to 30. And let's try to preview it. Let's try to check it. And once you just click it, then all of the choices will be dropped down. So you just click it just like that. So that is for drop down. Another, we have here file upload. So if you wish to collect a file from your students, or for example, you let them make a poster slogan and you want to check it, or you want them to submit it, you can allow the submission through using Google Forms, using this file upload. So let's look at it. So you can just type it, upload your poster or the picture of your poster slogan here. And you have the options to, if you just allow only specific types, or if you will limit to a certain number of files and the maximum file size. And once you let this form float, all of the responses of your pupils will be automatically uploaded to your a folder to your Google Drive. So you can just check it or check the submission inside your Google Drive. Next, we have this linear scale. So for example, on the scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you in flexible learning? You can do that. This is also good for surveys in conducting your study. If you want to know how the readiness, or yeah. Next, you have the multiple choice grid. So for example, you want to let me just show how this multiple choice grid works. So for example, what are you ready for the quiz? Just like that. Another is are you, or did you, this is just a sample, okay? Did you review for the exam? Or we could just use this yes or no or something that. And this one, we can see they require a response in each row. So we could just click it. And once we preview it, it goes like this. Wait, cancel. So just like this one. Are you ready for the quiz? No. Did you review? Yes. Or any question that would best fit with this type of um, Google kind of question. Another tick box grid, just like also with that, you just tick the box to put your answer. And the other one, if you want to be objective in getting or in getting the date, you can just click the date, and it will just show it the day, the month, and the year. So just like that. So these are the some features of Google Form. Now let's go back to this one. Multiple choice grid. We can see this shows require a response in each row. If you want to make sure that all of your your pupils will answer all of the questions, you just click this required so that they wouldn't be able to submit it once the form or once the quiz is incomplete. So you may put every question required, or if you want to if you wish to have a multiple choice, just like the first item, you could just use this duplicate icon. It could copy exactly the first question that you had. And yes. So you don't, while working for Google Forms, you don't need to click Control S. It automatically saves your file. Now, if we try to adhere the principle of assessment, and once, for example, we have 100 questions or 10 questions or 20 questions, on the part of the pupil, just it's somehow very long to see. Kasi parang very long yung quiz kapag lahat ng in one page we have all the 20 questions. So that's the part now that we use this one add section. So you can also vary your assessment. So for example, this section, it would be test 1, true or false. You can also true or false. And another, if you wish to use or another form of assessment in your quiz, we could put it, you could add again another section. Test 2 could be multiple choice. So if you just wish to divide it into parts or into chunks, your quiz, you can use this add section, or test 3 short answer text. So you can do that so that your assessment is varied too. It will also allow you to assess the thinking skills of your pupils. Now, what did I? Okay, how about this icons here on the topmost part of our Google Forms. So this one, if you want to customize your Google Forms, you could do that too through this icon, just like a paint palette. Just I don't know how to call it. So we could also use an image for that, or we could change colors, background color. We can also change the font style if we want to be extra playful, just like that. So you can customize your own Google form. So remember, if you want to check your forms regularly, you just click preview. Now let's have this setting icon. So if there are some features here, so if you want to collect the emails of your students, you could just check it. And if you wish for them to, or you want to limit their response into one, you just click this. But if you wish to limit their response into one, you could just click this, and you don't need to click this one because it will automatically require the user to sign in with their email. And if you sometimes I do not put checks here, or I uncheck here, edit after submit, for me to make sure that once the pupils have submitted, they couldn't edit it anymore. If you wish to let them edit after they submit, you can also click this one. Now the presentation, you can also click or check this show progress bar. Once, for example, once we have 3 sections there, you can see the progress of accomplishing the form. So for 3 of 4 while answering the form. You can also shuffle question order, and confirmation message. You can also make it on your own. You could customize it. So for example, nice job. Like parang you wait for your teacher to release the final results of your test, just like that. But if you want to make this a quiz, don't forget to click this one, make this quiz. But if your goal first hand is to make a quiz, you can just you could just open it a blank quiz. So immediately after each submission, you can also release the score later after manual review, and you could also check this one, missed questions, correct answers. So let's just look at it. If we make this as a quiz, so see, once we limit the response to one, it will automatically collect the email. Type your name, section 1, true or false. Let's have this one. If it's a quiz, we need to put the answer of the question, so that if you wish to release the results immediately after they took the form or the quiz, they can just see it. But sometimes it's your choice to, if you could just like this one. Yeah, you have also the control to release the scores after you recheck it. Sometimes we tend to overlook the answer keys. We click it wrong, and based on my experience, my pupils will notify me, "Ma'am, wrong met the answer na detoy." So immediately, sometimes I double check my forms. So that's how we make it this form as a quiz. So we have also the total points. So it depends on the number of questions you want to put, or number of equivalent points in a certain question. So for example, one question requires 2 answers, then that could also be equivalent to 2 points. So just like that. Have I forgotten something? Now let's try to let's just say we have used this Google form already. Let me have this one, sample quiz in science. Now we have, if you want to see the responses, click this responses, and we'll be able to see wait. Okay, their responses. For example, the summary of the responses. It could be shown into form of graphs, just like this one. Or if you want to see it or check it individually, you could do that too for individual. Wait, let's just wait. If you want to also give feedback, you can also, once you check the form, you can also see this one, add individual feedback. So for example, good job, you got the wrong answer, probably you just like just immediate feedback that will somehow explain why he got it wrong, or why the choice is correct, something like that. So you could do that too. So what else did I forget to mention, Teacher Reggie? If you have questions, you could just reserve it later on. So let me just go back to my slide. So that's how we can use Google Forms probably in interaction, in engaging learners to our class, or if you want to collect data, we could do that. So let me just go back to my slide. So participants, if you want also to add something, you could also type it. We could just learn from each other this time. So that is for Google Forms. Now, let's talk about the benefits of the Google Forms in teaching and in learning. You can create unlimited forms. So for example, you need a form for this type of topic. You need to gather data to your study. You need to let your teacher evaluate you. You could create unlimited forms. The sky's the limit. As long as you have that Gmail account and internet connection, you can create unlimited forms. Next, results are shareable. Yes. You can share the result of the survey or of the quiz to your teacher, or to your teacher, for him or her to verify it, just like that. You just add collaborators. Next, logic threading. Wait. Google Forms can also be used for logic threading. Wait, let me share my presentation again. My screen. Sorry. Okay, when we say logic threading, for example, wait. For example, wait. Okay, when we say logic threading, wait, my laptop is... Okay, sample quiz. So when we say logic threading, so for example, we have this one. Let's just have this multiple choice. We use multiple choice. You want to know the grade level or the grade level of the pupil, or what certain, or the grade level, or somehow the educational attainment, or how many years of teaching. For example, grade 1, grade 2. So in logic threading, you can direct the user or the person based on his answer to another section. So for example, grade 1, if he chose grade 1, go to section based on answer. So parang you could just direct that grade 1 pupil to the section relevant or applicable to him or her. So for example, we have this one. For grade 1, they go to section 2, parang ganon, test 2. But we do not do this in assessment. Parang in collecting data lang, parang ganyan. If you are just Android user, parang hindi tayo maano ng assessment. Android user, if you are an Android user, or a Mac user. For Mac user, if you are an Android user, you will just see the relevant section only to you. If you're a if you're a Mac user, it will direct you to the section which is for Mac user. That is for logic threading. You can control, you can direct that user based on their answer to that section. So that's it. You just click it, go to section based on answer. So that's it. Another um one feature of Google Forms also is you could have add-ons. This one. So for example, when you say add-ons, you can look at the internet, some of the possible softwares you can add to your Google Forms. So I have this one, form limiter. If I want to limit my form into a certain number of responses, we could do that. So for example, I will limit this form or this survey, number of forms response, or date, or we could also schedule it, date and time, when is the due date. So for example, August 31. So after August 31, this form couldn't be accessible anymore. So you can form limiter. You could just look for form limiter on the Omni box of the Google. You could add it as an add-on to your Google form. And this one, Hypatia Create, this is good for mathematics teachers. So for example, your quiz is for math, because sometimes there are a lot of formulas, fractions, and all. We couldn't really make the form as a math, but through this add-on, you can do this. For example, I included a fraction, just like that, 1/2. So you just create this, or radicals, exponents, less than or greater. Or you could also add this one, other formulas in math. So just create link. Then once you create link, wait, sorry. 1/2. 1/2. Create link. Let's try to create link. Create link. And then we could add it. So for example, here, let's just add a question. So for example, we have this one. So we just click the image here, the add image icon. Then we can now paste it, the copied URL from the Hypatia Create. Then you can see that. Insert image. Then it will look like this. So if the question is, what kind of fraction is this? It's like that. If you want to view it, napanagnan. Wait, sorry. If you want to view it, it will look like this one. Napanagnan, lipat masara ka na. Wait. This one, okay. Sorry. Let me just close some other tabs in my laptop. Okay, let's try to view it. Okay, since we have here. Wait lang, this is a quiz kasi let me just. Okay. So once we preview this one, wait, i-ano ko lang dete. Okay, let's try to preview it now. Okay, let's just try to answer this. Wait lang, wait lang. Okay, super. Let me put my Gmail. So next. So it will look like this one now using the add-ons of the Hypatia Create. So you could add formulas using an add-on. So on the last part of my presentation, sorry, I'm okay. So that is for okay, you can do that, the logic threading. And also you can get email notifications. So if the teacher have released the scores, you could get email notifications. And the other benefits of Google Forms, it is mobile and user friendly. When you could, if you have your device or your phone, you could just download the Google Forms. You could create Google Forms on your phone, and somehow it also promotes a paperless transactions because of we are doing this online. So to sum it up, remember that the best technology is the one you already have, know how to use, and can afford. So by having Google Forms is here already, and once we know how to use it, how to create it efficiently and effectively, and I know we teachers have an access to this one, and we could make this the best technology because we are equipping ourselves in mastering creating these forms. That is according to Maligalig 21. And my challenge now before I leave this seminar or before I end my talk, my challenge is wear your gear, GEAR. So I have paired here the G, gear up with technology. Remember that as teachers, this is the future of learning. We should not be left behind. We should gear ourselves with technology. The E, engage in proactive learning. When we say proactive learning, if you know something, you don't need to own it yourself. No, if you want to share it to somebody, just your teacher, for example. Ay, nasursuro ka, mabaling kaya mag-anti-formula ka kastoy gaya. You share it. That is proactive learning. And A, ask for help. You know, if you don't know how to, since everyone is new to online teaching, if you don't know something, you ask for help. Asking is not, um, asking some question won't manifest that you don't know something. It just, it means that you are ready to learn. Or A, for assess. You also assess yourself. Am I doing the right thing? Am I using Google Forms efficiently? And the R1, once we gear up with technology, we engage in proactive learning, ask for help, and assess, then we can recalibrate one's pedagogy, making this and conquering this new normal using one of the Google productivity tools such as Google Forms. So thank you, everyone. I hope that we can gear up on this school year 2021-2022. Thank you. Sorry for having a long time.
Okay. All right. So, wow, that was a comprehensive discussion on the use of Google Forms. So, sabi nga ni Teacher Rika, there are many ways in which we can use Google Forms, ranging from instruction to assessment to surveys. And of course, using Google Forms should be based on your desired learning objectives so that your instruction is effective.
Yes. Hello, Teacher Melcher. Yes, that is
Yes.
true, Teacher
Good
Reggie.
afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
Congratulations,
Thank you so
Sambuca.
much, Teacher
Thank you,
Rika.
teacher
Thank you.
Melchor. Thank you
That is
po.
true, teacher. In Google Forms, we can also integrate videos, images that beneficial to teaching and learning. It can
Yes,
also
teacher.
help us to evaluate our learners. Oh, ang ganda ni Forms.
O ayan, Teacher
Yes.
Janet, mag-shout out tayo sa ating mga comments ay participants in our live in Facebook and YouTube. So ayan, ang dami na nating mga participants, teacher.
Okay.
So maraming nagka-interest dito sa topic ni Teacher Rica. So
Okay,
shout out
Teacher
to our
Reggie.
Wakelet Ambassador, Sir Anthony Yadaw, who is with us today.
Good afternoon, Teacher Anthony. And we have also here Teacher Reggie, Ma'am Mayflower Rivera from MMSU CTE. Good afternoon, Teacher Mayflower. We
And
have also Ma'am Diana
shout
Lupa.
out to Teacher Eva Cristi Rivera.
Mm.
Oh, ayan. So, hello, Sir Melchor. So, you're back online. So, busy si Sir Melchor.
Yes.
So, by the way, Teacher
Medyo
Rika,
na-delay
thank you
kasi ang
very
daming
much.
ano.
Thank you, Teacher Reggie.
We'll get back to you in our open forums, teacher. Okay?
Yes. Bye, Teacher. Okay,
Alright.
so yan na, Teacher Reggie. As they said, knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. Our second speaker has this passion of sharing the given knowledge and skills and to inspire us no matter what, we must help one another. She graduated with a degree of Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Education. With her dedication in the teaching profession, she enrolled at St. Paul University, Manila, with a Master of Arts in Curriculum Design, Development, and Supervision. And also, a product of Batch 1 Google Certified Educator Training of the ITED Group and passed the GCE Level 1 exam. Without so much further ado, may we have teacher Jonaline Calano Espejo to give us her discussion about Google Docs. Good afternoon, teacher Jonaline.
Good afternoon, teachers.
Ayan. So, hello, Teacher Jonah. How are you
Good afternoon,
today?
teachers.
Yun. How are you today, teacher Jonah?
I'm fine and I'm very grateful to be here being this amazing participant.
Okay. So, shout out muna tayo, Teacher Jonah, sa mga kasamahan po natin. Paki-shout out po yung mga kasamahan po natin, yung mga friends natin, yung mga relatives natin na nanonood po via Facebook or sa YouTube po natin.
Yes, teacher Janet. Okay. Shout out po sa mga teachers ng Mabini Elementary School, Ma'am Maybell, Ma'am Maribel, Ma'am Ram, Binal School Head, Mrs. Nolly, also that's of SDOIN, Locos also.
Okay, so Teacher Reggie. Teacher Reggie.
Yes, Teacher Janet.
Okay, so wag na nating patagalin pa. Okay ba? Stable ba yung internet connection ni Teacher Jonah? Teacher
I think,
Reggie.
yes, I think she's okay. And, all right. So, I think we are now ready with
Okay.
Teacher Jonah's presentation and the use of Google Docs. Okay, take it away, Teacher.
Okay. Can I if you're hearing me?
Yes, teacher, you are loud. You are loud and clear. All right, I think teacher Jonah is having an intermittent connection. Uh, teacher Janet,
Yes, yes, Teacher Reggie.
I think
Um,
we need to wait for her, and while waiting her, we there is a speaker also who would like to give us or provide us a detailed discussion on the use of Google Slides for effective
yes,
instruction.
yes,
So, Teacher
So,
Jonah, would you want to introduce him while waiting for Teacher Jonah? And that we will come back with Teacher Jonah later.
sure, Teacher Reggie. So, according to a Japanese proverb, better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. Teachers are more than vessels of transferring knowledge. With this new normal, we must be resilient and adaptive with the different techniques and strategies and new ways to guide our learners. Our sir is an all-in-one teacher, just like Google Workspace for Education, wherein it is a one-stop shop of all the tools that we need for education. He took his Bachelor of Science in Physics at University of Northern Philippines. With his dedication, he pursued his Master of Science in Teaching Physics in the same school. He is a member of state universities and colleges Educators Association, UNP Faculty Union, and Federated Alumni, a member of Institute of Global Professionals, and Kasama Teachers Community. He was also our Batch 1 passer of Google Certified Educator Level 1, a science junior high school teacher, laboratory school at University of Northern Philippines, the exponent of learning that will discuss to us Google Slides. May we welcome Teacher Joseph Gregorio Asena. Good afternoon, teacher.
Okay, good afternoon, Teacher
Yes.
Janet and Teacher Reggie.
Yes, good
Yes.
afternoon, teacher.
Teacher, can you give us a glimpse of your topic for today?
Okay, so but before that, may I take this opportunity to thank the ITED Iloco Tech Support Group for giving me the chance to share my knowledge which I gained from the previous training workshop on Google Workspace for Education on how Google productivity tools can be used to effectively along our classroom instruction despite of this the distance learning that we had right now due to the pandemic and for us to explore also these tools in preparation for our Balik Eskwela 2021. Um, for me, my experience in joining this group is amazing, and I think this group uh, teach me or add me enhance my knowledge in using this Google Workspace, ma'am.
Yes, teacher. Also, talagang kudos Sir Reggie Fabro being the trainer of our ITED group. Talagang
All
galing.
right,
Sabi ko,
so let's have Teacher Joseph to
yes.
present his discussion on the use of Google Slides. Teacher Joseph, take it away.
Take it away, sir.
Yes, sir. Oh my God. Okay, sorry for nag-hang kasi yung laptop ko. Okay, let me share my screen, my slides rather. I think my connection is okay. So once again, good afternoon to our dear participants and my co-speakers and teachers. Okay, so I'm here to discuss about Google Slides and one of the powerful tool in to be used as in our classroom instructions. To begin with, let me define what is Google Slides. So Google Slides is a presentation tool at its most basic. It offers either a blank start or pre-designed templates to create visually attractive and engaging presentations. It does this while making it very easy and intuitive to use even for a total beginner. So once a presentation is created, it can be shared directly with students using a simple link, send via medium from email to text. The ability to lock access is a great security feature and works well if you want students to view but not alter your work. That said, the ability to allow students to collaborate on a project is perhaps an even more valuable feature, wherein collaboration is the new way to successfully complete your work with unexpected deadlines and with proper assistance from your colleagues or assessments from your head. It facilitates the creation and edition of online presentations in collaboration with other users. Using slides is an easy task if you know the basics of PowerPoint presentation, wherein this PowerPoint presentation, this is the usual we use. But then here is the Google Slides. But on this Google Slides, it is different in many ways. It is focused on creating impressive slideshows with just use of the browser on your device and with assets brought from Google Drive or the web. Google Slides is gaining momentum among the businesses, users, and online educators due to its simple yet effective use interface. The UI is designed in such a way that it caters the needs of users ranging from rookies to experts. Though it is tightly coupled with Google Drive for sharing and saving your work, you can edit your presentations offline using Google App for desktop or by using the Google Slide extensions for Chrome. Google Slides is built with full support for amazing and excellent features such as embedding video, adding audio to your presentations, a full vector engine for shapes, and the ability to create master slides and themes for Google Slides templates. So like other collaborative tools, Google Slides also has chat and commenting features to make your presentations amazing as the platform integrates with Google Classroom. It is easy to share directly with the class or use in presentation during a video conference or at your class. But what are the advantages in using Google Slides? So there are also advantages. First is the free to use. So this is the first advantage of using Google Slides. which is completely free to use. There are many kinds of presentation applications are available which take some cost from the user, whether it has been in a subscription fee or might be an on-time fees. Next is the real-time collaboration. So here, this is one of the most major advantages that attract people to work with Google Slides. Another advantage is it is a web-based application. So it is most in most presentation application, you have to download the complete file format, which will slow down your computer. Well, that is not the case with Google Slides. It is only web-based application, and there is no need to download this software. Another advantage is slides is automatically saved. So if you're working for the lots of hours at the last of moment, don't hit the Control S anymore. Then the your file will not be lost, but it will save automatically. Another advantage is by presentation always accessible. So Google Slides is web-based application and it saves your data in the cloud. So another advantage is easy sharing. So this is another good advantage of using slide, wherein here the sharing process is very easy and super awesome. And even if your sharing files are as much heavy them, it is not an issue with Google Slides. Another advantage is cross-platform availability. So if you are using other kinds of presentation applications such as PowerPoint, LibreOffice, Impress, then it has some limitation and it cannot be used on several platforms. With Google Slides, that is something which you don't have to worry about it at all. So another is embedding files. So well, the embedding process within Google Slide is very easier than the other presentation application. And lastly, another advantage is offline mode. So Google Slides is also available in offline mode. So you have to just activate the Google offline option from your Google Drive, and your presentation now is available for you to save, edit, and make changes even you are not connected to the internet. But there are also disadvantages in using Google Slides. First, it is limited themes. So the other disadvantage of Google Slides is that there are not many themes are available with Google Slides. So another is the shortcuts. So if you have used some other kind of presentation application and then move it into Google Slides. So another disadvantage is limited numbers of animation and slides transactions. Another is lack of advanced features. However, there are also features on the Google Slides, not on the other applications. So those are the advantages and disadvantages in using Google Slides. So for now, I will share to you the tips and tricks in using Google Slides. So some less known but very valuable techniques can help teachers create the most original and engaging slides to presentations that really affect their students. So lots of tools are available within the platform, but there are few useful tips that will require you to use third-party software to get the most out of the Google Slides as an educating tool. So, to get acquainted, I want to share with you some Google Slides tips and tricks that we can use in our classroom instructions and also in our business presentations. First up is how to adding border to slide features. So these tips that I will share to you is only some of the activities that you can do when using Google Slides. So first is by adding how to add border to slides and features. So tip number one, creating a border to slides. So first, so in adding border in Google Slides, uh, Having an organized layout in your slides is very important. This makes it easier to understand your content and speech. Establishing lines, hierarchies, and shapes is a perfect way of organizing your information. And borders are what give slides the final touch. So how to make a border in Google Slides? So by creating a border is very easy. So first, select the slide where you want to appear. Then go to Insert, click on the shape. Add the shape so that it covers the whole slide. After adding it, select it and make the filling color transparent. So you can modify the remaining line to your liking in the top menu. To change its width, go to border weight. Then to change the type of line, go to border dash. So if you want to add the border to another slide, just copy and paste it. Then adjust it to your slide. So another is by creating a border to a picture. So the best pictures always comes in beautiful frames. So if you want to add a border to a picture in Google Slides, there are different ways. So the simplest way to add border is to select your picture. Go to the border color, wherein the icon with a pen in the top bar. Then select the color you want the border to be. In the same bar, you can select the style and thickness of your frame. So if you want to delete the border, just select it and change its color transparent in the top menu. So you can also add a border as a shape like we did before. To do so, go to the top menu, click Insert, Shape, choose the shape that best fits your image and insert it. Once you've inserted it, right-click on it and select Order, then Send to Back. This way, your picture will be on top of the frame. So you can edit the colors and effects of the shape if you click on the top menu Format options. Another is how to change background image and color. So tip number 2, changing background image. So in any presentations, there are two fundamental components, the design and the content. Part of the design is the background you choose for your presentation. This has a significant weight since with the image or color you select will conveying your personal style or that of your brand. In addition, it can help reinforce your ideas and capture and maintain the attention of the public. So how to change background image in Google Slides? So adding a background image in Google Slides gives an original and personal touch to your presentation. Before you start looking for a photograph or illustration, think about what you want to convey with it and how it fits with the text and the rest of the elements, since everything must have coherence. So how to change the background color in Google Slides? So to add a background color, click on the top menu, Slide, Change Background. So like this one, this will appear. And select the color you want. Here we recommend you to use one of the theme's color to ensure the homogeneity of your presentation. Then click on Done to apply it only to that slide, or Add to Theme, then click Done to change it for the whole slideshow. So another is how to insert GIFs in your Google Slides. So tip number 3. So there are many and varied ways of captivating your audience with your presentation. So one of them is using visually appealing materials so people cannot take their eyes off the slides. So in fact, a clever use of GIFs or the graphic interchange format and other images will help you when defining concepts in a cool and modern way. So in this post, we'll teach you how to add GIFs to Google Slides themes easily. So first, open your Google Slides theme. Then if you want to insert a GIF or change a default one, you can do so. So go to the left corner and in the toolbar, click on Insert, select Image, Upload from your computer. Then choose the GIF you'd like to embed and click Open. Move the image if needed in order to adapt it to the design and layout of your slide. So if you want to resize it, click on the GIF image and the outline appears. Then click on any of the blue empty squares and drag it while you press Shift. So this is helpful to keep the image to be proportioned. So another is how to insert infographics in your Google Slides. So tip number 4. But before that, does the word infographics ring a bell? So those are diagrams that work as visual aids. You can present difficult concepts, processes, steps, and the like in a very simple way. So they can include text, numbers, or icons. Likewise, they can have different shapes and designs. So of course, there are different types of infographics like mind maps, panels, puzzles, calendars, and etc. So if you are willing to create an effective presentation, it can be a great to add some diagrams to your slides. So how to insert an infographic? So open a copy of the presentation you want to work with. Open your preferred infographic template. So in this case, we are going to work with puzzle diagrams. So I inserted here the uh, link where you can go to download diagrams. Then go to the puzzle infographic you like the most. Click the diagram while dragging until you select the design together with the text boxes if you want to. Press Ctrl C or Command C if you are using Mac to copy it. Go to the slide with which you want to add the infographic. Then press Ctrl V or Command V if you're using Mac. Then you have just paste it. So here's an example of an infographic. So I just click on the link on my slide, then it's automatically go into my sample file. To edit this sample infographic, so you can manipulate it, so you can drag it uh, the whole slides, and then it appears the groups of each where you can edit its uh, details. You can also edit the picture by format options. You can use format options. So you can resize, you can rotate, you can change the position, the text fitting, or you can have it as a drop shadow. So that's it. Let me go back. So that is how you insert an infographic. So another is to how to make concept map. So we live in busting times between work, family, social media, etc. Our minds can get extremely cluttered. That can make it difficult to focus, especially when there are complex concepts to explain. So this is why concept maps played a crucial role in organizing information. So they make it easy to digest. So concept maps are types of diagrams used to explain relationships between ideas visually. So they begin with one main idea before connecting it to another or other smaller yet equally important related ideas. The best part is that you only need a few basic shapes like lines, ovals, and squares. So to create a concept map in Google Slides. So tip number 5, how to make a concept map. So open your Google Slides presentation. Go to the slide you want to make the concept map in. Go to the toolbar and click Insert, Shape, and click Shapes you wanted to. And select Oval and drag it out with the mouse to create a circle. This represents the main idea of your concept map. And then there is a pro tip here. Just hold on to shift while dragging to create a perfect circle. So when you are doing this concept mapping in your Google Slides, so you can repeat the steps in making this in your concept map, and you can do it creatively so that your concept map is visually presented to your audience. Another is how to apply filter to a picture in Google Slides. So in a presentation, images usually convey a lot of information. So a good picture could help you connect with your audience and make them remember your speech for a long time. Sometimes you could end up having several pictures without a significant visual consistency. But that can be remedied by using filters. So this is another tip number 6, applying filters to pictures. So by recoloring pictures, open your Google Slide presentation, select the picture you want to modify, go to the toolbar and click format options. So just like on that side, on this part, go to the toolbar and click format options, recolor if you want to recolor it. Then click format options, adjustments and click transparency. Drag the slider to make the image either more or less visible. And then click format options, adjustments, and to adjust its brightness, drag the slider to change the luminosity of the picture. And click format options, click adjustments for its contrast, then drag the slider to modify the intensity of the picture. To reset the picture, just click the reset button, then the parameters will revert to their original state, but you will keep the recolor. So here's a little trick to get even a better result. So create a duplicate of the picture and place it next to the original. Apply the desired filter to the duplicate, and now place the duplicate exactly on top of the original picture. So another is how to crop and mask images in Google Slides. So tip number 7, by cropping images. Open your presentation in Google Slides. Select the image that you want to crop. Double-click the image or click the crop button. So you can see in your top menu, the crop button. And then double-click the image or click the crop button located on the toolbar. Use the black handles to adjust the cropping. Once you're done, press enter or click the crop button again. Then you can just click outside the image too, just like what I did on this photo. And then by masking images, open your presentation in Google Slides. Select the image you want to mask. But here I choose the same photo for you to see what happened when I mask the image. Then click the drop down arrow. So when you go to the crop option or crop icon, so there is a drop down arrow there. Then click it. Then shapes will appear. Then select the shape you wanted to to mask your image. So for here, I choose the circle so that the image I inserted become a circle shape. So if you want to reset the image to its original state, just click the reset image button or right click reset image. So another is how to add video in your Google Slides. So tip number 8, so inserting a video. So how to embed a video via YouTube. So open your presentation in Google Slides and select the slide where you want to add the video. Click Insert, click the video, a new window will open. So on the first tab, search, you can look for the YouTube video you want to add to your presentation. So once located, click select to add it to the slide. You can now adjust its size to your liking. So if you have the URL of the video, click the By URL tab and paste it in the text field. You will see a preview of the video. So if it is correct, click select to add the video to the slide. Place it whenever you like and adapt it accordingly to your needs. But what if your video is not via URL or YouTube? Or to insert a video that is not from YouTube, it must be stored in your Google Drive account. So access Google Drive, drag the video to Google Drive or click New, upload files, locate the file in your computer and upload it to your Google Drive. Then open your presentation in Google Slides and select the slide where you want to add the video. Then click Insert, Video. A new window will open. On the Google Drive tab, you will see all your videos stored in or shared with your Google Drive account. So choose the video you want to upload and click Select. The video will be added to this slide and now you can adjust it to your liking. So I link here a sample how to insert video. So I'll just click that link. Then I'm now on my slide. Okay, so this is a sample video how I uh, inserted it in my slide. So by clicking your certain slide, just insert and look for the video. So since that video is from my saved from my Google Drive, so I click Google Drive and then click this one, then select, and then there you have it. The video is now in my slides. And you can edit also your video by clicking the format options. So by how you play it on your slides, by playing on click or automatically played or manually played. So you can mute also your video while presenting your slides. So that is how you insert a video. So another is how to add and edit audio or music in your Google Slides. So do you want your presentation to be more dynamic? So if you need to engage your audience by giving a professional presentation, you can add audio or music to your slide deck. So here is my tip number 9, adding and editing an audio or music. So before you add any audio, please note that Google Slides only works with audio files stored in your Google Drive account. So you need to upload them beforehand. The supported formats are MP3 or the WAV. Then open your presentation in Google Slides and select the slide where you want to add audio or music. If you want the audio to be played in all the slides, you will need to add it to the first slide. And then click Insert, click Audio. A new window will open. Please note that this option might not be available in some countries where the update that includes it has not been applied yet. So especially when yung application natin. And then the audio files is stored in your Google Drive and it will be displayed here. Choose the one you want to add to your presentation and click Select. So an icon will appear in the slide, then click it to access the playback button. So just like this one. So I add it here. And then by editing your audio, click the audio icon. Then go to the toolbar and click Format Options. As an alternative, you can right-click the loudspeaker icon, Format Options, You can also click Format, then Format Options. A new panel will open on the right slide on the screen. So I link this again from my presentation. So go back here. So this is where I uploaded or inserted the audio. So this is the audio icon. And then how I inserted this audio. So go to your slide again, then insert audio, then go to my drive, then this is my sample audio, then press select. Then let's wait for it to enter. So there you have it. That is the now the audio. Then if you want to play it, just click on the
Hello,
on the
Teacher
icon,
Jason.
audio icon, then play
Hello,
it.
Teacher. Sorry to interrupt
Okay.
your presentation. Sir, you are presenting your slide
Okay, sir.
in a tab only. Please share your screen, the whole screen, teacher,
Ah,
so that our
okay, sir.
participants
Hindi pala
can be able to see
nakikita.
what
Sorry.
you are presenting. Yes.
Ah, okay, sir. I thought nakikita po. Okay. Okay, let me share my... Okay, is it visible now, Sir Reggie?
Yes, teacher. We can now see your the whole presentation. Thank you, teacher.
Ah, okay, sir. Okay, sorry for that interruption. Hindi nyo pala nakikita kung ano yung present ko na sample. But then, again, I will repeat how I do it by inserting the audio. Then go to your slide, then insert, press audio, and then automatically it goes to your Google Drive. Then click the file, audio, then press select. And then automatically the audio will now appear in your slide. So this is the audio icon. So lakihan ko lang siya para makita. And then to play that audio, just click the audio icon, then play it just like that. And then the audio playback, so you can edit that also via link or automatically play when you presenting uh, your slides. And then you can resize your audio if you wanted it just a clip of it. Then you position their color adjustments and etc. So by using the format option. So that is how you inserted the audio. Okay, so another is by how to add hyperlinks. So if you notice, yung ginagawa ko kanina, so having a URL in a plain site in presentation is not easy, is not very attractive, and this can ruin a nice and well-organized work. So any of the resources included in the presentation, such such as text or images, it can be used as a link. So just like what I'm doing, so I link the sample presentation on my slides, then automatically when I click it on that link, automatically goes to my sample slides. So here is my tip number 10. So by adding hyperlinks, so first, select the resource, click insert, then link or press Ctrl K or Command K when you are using Mac. You can also click the insert link button on the toolbar. And then enter the URL of the website you want to link to, then press apply. So just like this one. So this will appear or pop up when you uh, click on the link from the insert. And then by adding a link to another slide is in the same presentation or to a document stored in your Google Drive. So select your resource. So click insert, click the link, or press Control K. Then you can also click the insert link button on the toolbar. So that is ito yon, yung parang kadena. That is the link icon. Then click the slides in these presentations, drop down arrow, and select the slide you want to link to. So you also have the options to go to the next reviews, first, and last slide too. So to link the resource to a document stored in your Google Drive, so enter the name in the link field. So just like this one. So if you don't know the exact link, but you have already saved it from your Google Drive, just type on the text box. Then if the resource you use as a link in as text, it could appear underlined and with a different format. Don't worry, you can change it back and the link won't be removed. So note, if you want to use multiple objects in the same slides as links, you must do it individually because the link option is disabled if you select more than a single element. So kaya dun sa ginawa ko kanina, merong part doon na dalawa yung link na nilagay ko dito sa aking presentation. So, I inserted it individually. Kasi nga kapag you inserted multiple links on just uh, one click, it cannot be possible. So, when I inserted this link, so this is from my search button, then automatically it goes on this link. So that is how I inserted. Okay, so this is a simple way on how to use that hyperlinks. So go to your slide, blank space, slide. So delete ko na lang to. Then insert. Click to your slide deck. Then insert, then link or Control K. And then you can search or apply here. So for this one, so I will type my file, copy of puzzle, then choose this one, and then apply it. Then there you have it. Nandun na po yung link. So when I click on this link, it's automatically goes to that certain presentation or certain file. So ito yung kagandahan, my dear participants. So when you are presenting, just insert hyperlinks from your slides, then automatically it goes to another slide. Or pwede siyang babalik doon sa kung ano yung gusto mong ulitin na slide. Okay, ayaw na bumalik. Okay, so another is how to create an interactive assessment. So on this part, so you can, aside from the other tool in Google. So you can use also, or you can create an interactive assessment via Google Slides. So this one, I made another presentation by clicking this link in, and then it goes to my sample. Okay, so paano ko to ginawa? So I crafted this file from my documents file, and then I inserted as image on this part. So by clicking the insert, the image, then if it's not in your drive or URL, then you can upload it from your via your computer kung galing sa iyong documents in your computer. So yun yung ginawa ko. So how would be interactive by this assessment. So I called it, this is an sample ebook or sample learning material for students, so they can see it by your presentation. So if you notice, the size of this slide, my slide deck is different from the normal slides. So how I change the size? So by going to the file, then go to your page setup, and then you can customize your page setup by a standard, widescreen, or custom. But I choose it custom so that that certain slide is also just like a size of a normal bond paper. And be sure also you click the right unit. So for the document letter, that is 8.5 by 11, and then click apply. So ganito na yung magiging size yung slide deck mo. And then insert all the documents or PDF if you want to show to your students. And then how to be interactive. So you can share this file in your students via Google Classroom, or when you are presenting this in your students virtually, so they can answer it. So when they enter in this slide already, so everyone can collaborate or can edit this file. So they can write their names here if they want, if you wanted, they wanted to. Then some readings, and then from that certain activity. So this is now the best part of the interactive activity. So each student, you may assign your students while you are presenting. So ask a certain student to answer the question number 1. All the student need is to drag the circle here, and then upon answering the questions, so he or she can drag this circle, and then that's it. So dun niya gagawin yung sagot niya. Then ask another student to go with, and on this part naman, so on the task 2 I made, so they can answer it individually. So again, you can ask your students to answer each and every one from this certain activity. So you can do it if you don't want to crop images or images from your file via PDF or documents. So you can do it in via scratch. So you can start it in doing your ebook for that certain interactive activity. So you can inserted pictures you wanted, graphics, so that your students visualize your presentation very attractively. So kapag attractive yung presentation natin, so magaganahan yung ating mga estudyante na makipag-participate. So there are lots of interactive activities that you can do. So another is by creating drag and drop activities. So yung kanina, present ko kaninang activity, so that is also a drag and drop. But then meron siyang halo na activities. But this one, so ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na you can create activities via drag and drop file. So I link another activity here. Okay, so this is applicable for grade school, but then you can use it also or on high school or higher levels and make it as your own but from scratch. Okay, so how I do it this one? Paano ko siya ginawa? So I inserted it on a blank slide and then insert image or first if you notice yung ginawa ko kasi yung background niya is may sky, may tree, may basket, may grass. So paano ko siya ginawa? First, you need to change the color background. So just go and click the background, then choose a color you wanted to. So masyadong then press done. So that's it. And then another how I do the grass part. Then insert shapes. So I choose this wave. Then I enter it. Click it here. Then change the color by clicking this fill color. So that's it. Then if you notice, dito sa baba niya, meron pang blue color. So you can add it another shape here. So add. Then insert the rectangle one. And then click on that part. Then change again the background color. So there you have it, yung grass niya. Then yung tree naman niya, ano ko siya, you just click on this insert image, then go to the search web. So yun yung kinagandaan nito, hindi mo na siya magki-click ng another slide. Nandito na yung search button. And then I search is tree clip art. Then choose the tree you wanted. Ano ba yung kinuha ko? Okay, this one. Click the image you wanted, then click insert. Then the image is automatically inserted from your file. Okay, ito tanggalin ko muna yung ano. Kalimutan kong tanggalin. Then insert the image. You can minimize the image too. And another, I inserted another image na basket. Then click on the image, then insert Then, ilagay mo na dyan. So, yun. Then another, naglagay ako ng column section where they can insert their names. Then pwede mo siyang palitan yung color niya. Ay, dito pala. Then go to transparent or go to white color. Then yun. So what I did was I save or download the images, the elements of that certain image I made, and then how to download that? Then just go to the download part, then choose the JPEG image or PNG image. For this, for you to make us background. So paano siya nagiging interactive? So when we another inserted another object. So when you ask your students to count how many mangoes on the tree and put it on the basket, so they can drag and the mangoes and go to the basket. That's like that one. And then if you wanted to see all your students are doing this activity, so you can duplicate by clicking Control D on this one, and then by clicking this one, and then you can see all your students are doing what at a time. So ganun lang siya. Oh, nawala. Okay, so ganun yung kung paano siya ginawa, yung the drag and drop activities. But then there are also formative assessment tools for your classroom. If you notice this part, just like if you encounter these assessment tools, you can use it also. Okay, so that's it. So thank you everyone, my dear participants, and once again, good afternoon. So that ends my presentation.
All right. So thank you very much, Teacher Joseph. That was a very interesting topic on the use of Google Slides. Diba, Teacher Janet? Your mic is mute. You are muted, Teacher Janet.
Okay. So yes, Teacher Reggie, in Google Slides, you can make your presentation interactive and has a great features also for collaboration. And that
Yes,
is Google
teacher.
Slides.
What Teacher Joseph has presented to us are just many of the ways we can use of Google Slides for our instruction. So nakita ko nga ang ganda nakagawa siya ng instructional material using Google Slides. And then meron doon mga interactions through the use of yung mga links na sinasabi ni Teacher Joseph, no? So ang ganda ng paggamit ng Google Slides, teacher.
Oo. All-in-one talaga siya, Teacher Reggie. Kasi sabi nga ni Teacher Joseph kanina, hindi ka nalalabas sa slide mo na yan. You can click kung ano yung gusto mong hanapin. Hindi ka gagawa ng additional tab or by clicking additional tab para maghanap ka, diba? Or mag-search ka. Nandun na siya. Mag-explore ka na doon sa Google Slides mismo.
Yes, you are right, teachers, because in the in the Google Slides environment, you can already integrate their different Google tools to make a beautiful presentation or to make a one output such as an instructional material for your class. Okay, so we have our next speaker. We'll get back our to you, Teacher Joseph, to our open forums later, and then we are. Thank you very much, Teacher Joseph.
Thank you,
See
Teacher
you in a while.
Joseph.
Okay.
Very
Thank you, Sir
interactive
Reggie and Ma'am
discussion
Janet.
po. Thank you
Okay,
po.
so now, Teacher Janet, we are getting back our teacher who is supposed to discuss our uh, to, uh, to present her discussion on the use of Google Docs. So let's, without so much further ado, let's welcome again Teacher Jonah.
Jonah, Teacher Jonah.
Hello,
Okay na po,
teachers.
teacher.
Okay
Hello
na,
po.
teacher? Hello po,
Again po, good
teacher.
afternoon, teacher.
Yes, good afternoon, teachers. Good afternoon, Teacher Reggie, Teacher Janet, and all the teachers out there.
Okay
Okay,
na po,
so
teacher.
take it away, Teacher Jonah.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Again, it's such an honor to be here in this session, and I will be discussing Google Docs, which will help us going forward in this new school year 2021-2022. So, let's start with defining Google Docs. So, what is Google Docs? So, Google Docs is a free web based application in which documents can be created, edited, and these files can be stored online. And also, this Google Docs is accessible and free. So take note, teachers, this is accessible, which means that we can access these files whenever we wanted and anytime we want to access these files that we have already created. And also, these Google Docs allow us to collaborate to teachers, to our colleagues, and to our learners. So, what can Google Docs do? So, these two pictures or symbols will take us or give us the things that we can do during using Google Docs. So, these two symbols actually represents the lesson plan. So of course, as teachers, we usually use or we usually make our lesson plans before the classes starts, right? So Google Docs will actually help us do this task. But during this new normal, um, in my experience in the Department of Education in the public, we are using the weekly home learning plan. So also we can do this in the Google Docs. Another one is the learners can make book review using the Google Docs. Another one is um, any person having the account of Google can make their resume that they can use in finding jobs, etc. And also in Google Docs, we can make our letters like love letters or letters that we sent through email and etc. So again, what can we do in Google Docs? Create basic documents, lesson plans, reports, letters, and others. So today I will be discussing different or give a refresher to you, to the teachers and to the learners, the tips and tricks in using Google Docs. First one is creating a doc, adding fonts, insert items, and edit images without leaving the Google Docs, creating hyperlinks, using the voice typing, which many learners love to use, and also how to share a doc or how we utilize collaboration using Google Docs. Another one is the explore button, which we use in citing the quotes or paragraphs that we are researching from the internet. And also, we can use the Google Docs for direct commenting and auto replace text. And also, how I will tell you how to download your document. So first, let's go to creating a document. So let me share you again my other screen. So, but before that, let me tell you that creating a doc, we there are three ways to do this. So let me share my other screen. So the first way to have the Google Docs or to create a document using the Google Docs is to type docs at google.com in our Omnibox here. So, and then enter. Or not, another way is to access Google Docs. Can you see my screen? Can I get a response from Teacher Reggie or Teacher Janet if they can see my screen? Thank you. Hello, teachers.
Yes, teacher Jono, we can see your presentation. We can see your screen.
See the live.
However, it's just that your net connection is not
If you can
working properly.
see my presentation.
Yes, teacher, we can see your presentation.
Call me Tata. Okay, so again, docs, type docs.google.com in the Omnibox or access the Google Docs in this app launcher here, where we call it the waffle icon. So here, the docs. Okay, or you can also have the Google Docs in your Google Drive. So here's my Google Drive. Let me just make it the Google Doc in this new tab because I'm having a trouble with my internet. I'm sorry. Waffle icon and then click docs. Okay, so while we're waiting for the Google Doc open, I just wanted to share you that these Google Docs or files that we made here can be accessed or saved automatically in your Google Drive as long as you have the account of the Google. Okay, let's just go here on my prepared uh, instructions that I have already made beforehand. Just be patient while the Google Docs are loading because I have a bad internet connection this time. Okay, so here are the examples that I have made in the Google Docs in my school or in my classes that you can also use or apply in your classes. So first is the second part of our special features of the Google Docs is you can add fonts without actually installing it already because this is an online based. So you can just go to the styles or to the font tab, font style, sorry, and then click more fonts. So here in the more fonts, you will be given this kind of a window or a pop-up button which will give you the list or the examples of the font styles that you wanted to add in your Google Docs. For example, you don't have this kind of in your Google Docs. Google Docs. So you can just click one of it. For example, this lobster, click it, and then click OK. There. So unlike the other word processing tool or app, you unlike those, you don't need to go and search for font styles that you wanted to add in your Google Docs. So you can use a lot of features, a lot of fonts without installing it, because again, this is an online. Um, I remember last week lang ata yon nung nag-update ang Google Doc that they have added another 30 plus na font styles. So hindi mo na kailangan siyang i-update or i-install ganon. So pag open mo ng Google Doc, andun na agad yung feature na yon. So yung mga 30 plus na features niya. So that is one of the greatest feature that we have in Google Docs. Another one is to insert. The insert. This insert tab has given me a lot of opportunities to improve instruction and improve the learning process during this time, because we can insert a lot of things. For example, image. So sa image, pwede ka mag-insert straight from your computer, or you can search it from the web. So sa akin kasi, I search from the web para hindi na maging hassle na mag-download pa or mag-meet up pa, diba? So this is very convenient talaga sa atin na mga teachers na gumagawa ng instruction materials. So for example, is here my topic is about the Poway Church. So I've searched about the Poway Church. You just type the Poway Church, and then it will automatically give you this kind of materials, image, di ba? So andyan na lahat ng mga image. So etong picture
Teacher
na nandito
Jonah.
sa akin,
Hello, Teacher
ang
Jonah.
original na state niya is yes, teacher.
Sorry for interrupting your discussion, teacher, but it seems that your net connection is not cooperating. Maybe, teacher, you can disable your camera. Pwede lamang po yung boses nyo na lang po para at least your flow of presenting is okay. Ayan. Para it will not consume a lot of your bandwidth.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, I'll try
Ayan.
that. Okay, thank you. Thank you, teacher. Again, I'm sorry for having low bandwidth of internet or the connection. Okay, let me go here again. Okay. Okay, so again in this picture that I have inserted already, hindi po siya ganito talaga dati. So I have already edited this using this image options. So dito sa image options, we can use size and rotation, text wrapping, position, recolor, and a lot of adjustments that we can use. For example, transparency. Yan. So we can adjust the transparency of this picture. Yan. Okay. So syempre hindi natin kailangan i-transparent dito. But I know that a lot of teachers love to use this kind of editing skill about transparency. So again, you can use this without leaving the Google Doc. And you can also adjust the brightness, the contrast, etc. And also you can reset the picture. For example, let me reset it. So ito yung dati niyang itsura. But again, I managed to edit it through adjustment, brightness, yan, diba? And then contrast. There you go. So that is just one of the a lot of things that we can do using the insert tab. Okay. The next one would be creating hyperlinks. So again, we use the insert and then the link here. Okay, so hindi siya visible dito because we have not already, we haven't highlight yet the word that we wanted to link the files or the websites that we wanted. So for example, Poway Church. This one na lang, Poway Church. Okay, Poway Church, insert. I wanted to insert a link. You can insert a link of documents from your Google Drive. You can also link a website. You can paste the website or the URL of the website that you have searched beforehand, or you can type Poway Church and then it will give you the links. So yan. And then just apply it like that and then click apply. Okay. So kapag may linya na siya na ganyan na parang email, so you know that it has a already. So ganyan siya. Okay. So very useful talaga ang link, ang pag-insert ng link dito sa Google Docs. Another is typing. This one, ito na yung paborito ng mga learners natin sa schools. You click voice typing. After clicking the voice typing, you have this microphone icon here, and then just click it and then speak. Okay, hello. Ayan, hindi ko alam kung nag-type siya, but I can't. Okay, punta tayo dito sa baba para makita natin if is typing. Naglalag lang siya. Yan, di ba? Okay, so lahat ng sinabi dito na I can't see it. Okay, punta tayo dito sa baba para makita natin, di ba? Yung mga sinabi ko kanina, it typed automatically. So, ganun ang gamit ng voice typing natin. So, syempre, hindi naging consistent yung language na ginamit ko, kaya medyo siguro nalito din si Google. And also, the thing is, we can adjust or select the language that we wanted to, or we are using while using the voice typing. Meron din siya ditong Filipino. Yes, meron siyang Filipino. So kapag Tagalog yung inaano mo or Filipino yung vina-voice over mo and then you wanted to type it, you can select Filipino. Yan, di ba? And then, so yan, i-X na natin. And next one is share a doc. Ito na yung pinaka-favorite natin to share a doc. Without having a lot of troubles to share this, you can just click share. This one at the top, share, click, and then you will have, again, it's the low connection. I'm sorry. Let's be patient, dear viewers. So here, upon clicking the share button, you will have this one. So you can have type the email you wanted to share with or to your colleagues or email of your students. So pwede ka dyan. So for example, I'm gonna share it with my other account and then just click it and then ito na yung pinaka importante nating dapat na matutunan. This one, editor. If you wanted the person to edit the document, you click editor. But if you wanted for him to view only, you click viewer. Or if you wanted her to comment only, you click commenter. So yun yun. So hindi niya kapag commenter ang ginawa mo, magko-comment lang siya, hindi siya pwedeng mag-edit to your document. If you wanted to to give the document to a lot of people or to anyone who is online, pwede dito ka sa get link and then just copy link. Yan na yung ibibigay mo doon sa gusto mong person or anyone who wanted to have, if you wanted to have that link. And then again, you will have to select again if you want them to view only, comment, or edit the document you prepared. And then click done. Yan. So doon pumapasok yung, okay, I have forgotten to give you another introduction to this part of share button. Dito also pala dito sa share with people settings, click natin yan. Ito naman, pupunta tayo if you want the editors to change permission and share. Click mo yan. Pero if you don't want to, i-unclick mo lang yan. If you want the viewers to comment, viewers and commenters can see option to download. Kung gusto mo i-download nila yung document mo, you check it. But if you don't want for them to download for example, copyright or such, so hindi mo siya i-click yan. So, yun. Ayan, di ba? So, very protected ang ating document because of these features of the Google Doc. Another is explore. Ito na, yung explore button naman here. Okay, let me erase this first kasi kinuha ko siya sa ano. Okay, for example, ko lang i-erase kasi baka mawala na naman ako ng internet. Let me just erase the one. Okay, explore. Dito naman sa explore button dito sa baba, you can search articles about the topic that you wanted to share to your learners. For example, in this example, we have the Poway Church. So, Poway Church, iyan mo lang. Search mo lang yung Poway Church. Sorry. Okay, sorry, may na-click lang ata ako. So, ayun. So, dito sa Explore, we can just search for Poway. Yan, Poway. Poway Church. Poway Church. Okay. Upon clicking the Poway Church, we will have the web, images, and drive. So, you are searching just like you are in a new tab in a Google Chrome. So, lahat ng isa-search mo dun sa Google Chrome in a new tab, ganun din siya. So, no need to go into a new tab just to search for a paragraph or you wanted to cite for your instruction. So, very convenient ang explore button ng Google Doc. So, ito. So, upon clicking this one, kapag click mo siya, mapupunta siya sa new tab and then you will have to copy and paste a certain paragraph or sentence that you wanted to include in your instruction. So, in my case, ito yung napili kong paragraph. And then, dahil dito ko siya kinuha, I will click this one. Oh, anong tawag dito? This is what they call the cite as footnote. So, kapag sinabi natin cite as footnote, ito na yung magsasite. Isa-cite niya yung kinuha natin dito sa internet. So, avoiding copyright, di ba? So, just like that, and then automatically pupunta siya dito. Wait lang. Erase ko muna. Ulitin ko para makita nyo kung anong nagbago. Okay, let me erase this first. Okay. Wait, let me erase. Okay, erase ko muna. Ulitin ko. So, this one is the web that I wanted to, I copied, where I copied the paragraph. So, i-click ko lang yan, and then, mapupunta siya doon sa baba, the footnote. So, agad-agad mapupunta yung site natin. Diba, karamihan sa mga students natin, they are having a lot of trouble citing the things that they have research, di ba, over sa online or sa books. So maganda itong feature ng Google Doc because you only have to click buttons and then ayan na, meron ka ng citation. So again, this one, for this paragraph, I had copied here. Dito ko siya kinopya. So pindot ko lang ulit yan and then andun na siya sa baba. So that is the second citation that I had. Okay, so yan ang isa sa mga magandang ng Google Doc. Okay, after that, syempre kapag na-share mo ito sa mga learners mo, you wanted to comment something. For example, ito ginawa ng learner mo. You wanted to tell something on this part of the paragraph. So you just have to highlight it and then this plus sign, ayan, mag-add ka ng comment or magsusuggest ka ng edit. So here we add comment. Just have to click it and then sabihin mo yung comment mo. For example, great job, ganun. Or kaya gusto mo papalitan, make a revision, something ganon. And then you can assign it who or to whom would you want this comment to be notified. Parang sino gusto mong i-notify na mag revise or who are you saying great job non, di ba? So pwede, for example, to my other account, ganun, i-type mo lang siya sa email niya. Okay, and then manonotify na yung learner. O, diba? Um, very convenient talaga siya. Tsaka, talagang kailangan natin siya para sa digital teaching and learning. Okay. So, another one is auto-replace text. So, auto-replace text naman, punta tayo sa edit, and then find and yan, diba? Find what do you wanted to find? Paway Church. Okay, I wanted to replace it for something specific na church, yung pangalan talaga ng ano nila. Another name. So, Saint Augustine Church. Yan. So, lahat ng Paway Church na mahanap niya ay ma-replace ng Saint Augustine Church. So, let me, what do you want? Replace all or replace lang isa-isa or what? So, yan. Sa akin, replace all. Replace all. And then, lahat ng Paway Church naging Saint Augustine Church na. Ayun, di ba? So, very convenient. Again, di mo na siya kailangan isa-isahin. So, let's go to this part of the document I have here. So, ito na yung first na example ko that I have used in instructing or in teaching and also in learning, syempre, di ba? Okay, so yan. So, the last part of the last feature that I wanted to share to you is how to download your document. So, paano ba natin i-download ang ating document? So, just go to File and then Download. Anong gusto mong itsura or file na i-download yung document mo? Word, ODT, PDF, diba? Madaming choices. So, you have a lot of choices to make a file using the Google Doc. And again, you can also have the Google Doc to be available offline. Click mo lang yan. And then it will be available offline. So, kahit wala kang internet, pwede mo siyang i-edit and then automatically mag-save siya kapag meron ka ng internet. Okay, so ayun. So, that's it for the features. So, let me share you the instructions that I also use using the Google Docs. So, ito, add and pass activity. Ito yung ginagawa to utilize collaboration in learning through distance learning. Okay, so add and pass activity dito naman group siya, group activity. So eto, nag-insert ako ng picture. We all know how to insert picture now. And then insert table. Punta ka sa insert and then table. Yun. So insert ka lang ng table. Yan. So pwede ka na mag-insert and then group and story. So for example, yung mag-group A, dito lang sila mag magta-type ng kanilang answer about story regarding the picture that they see in this part. Okay, so group B naman dito sila and then group C dito sa baba. Yan, di ba? So makikita mo kung maano mo yung collaboration nila, di ba? Using one document on can utilize or you can have the group activity. So hindi ka na ma-hassle. And this one is the favorite part of my learners kasi picture siya. So kasi especially sa mga primary students, they love pictures, they love symbols and emojis, ganyan, di ba? So you can create a story with emojis through Google Docs. So dito, the girl with two eggs. Yan. So the girls, paano ko kinuha yung girl? So dito lang tayo, special characters. And then sa symbol we have emoji. Yun. So kasi emoji naman, we can have people and emotions, animals, plants, gano'n. Or if you wanted to be so extra, i-drawing mo yung saging. Pwede. Hindi naman saging yan. Pero ganon. So, after, wait lang, drawing ako ng saging. Hindi ko alam kung makukuha niya, but ganon. Basta kapag nag-drawing ka ng saging dyan, magpapakita dito or ano, kapag magaling ka mag-drawing, di ba? Or, i-type mo na lang yung banana. Banana. And then, that's the banana. Yan lang. Mo lang siya and then automatically mapupunta na siya agad doon sa document mo yan, banana. So let us read the story. The girl with two eggs. The girl went to the chicken house. Ganun yung sinasabi ng mga bata. To get eggs. The girl took the two eggs to mother. That's to go to school. Ayun. So that's how we make our instruction much more convenient and much more interactive and para ma-motivate din natin yung mga learners natin, di ba? Especially in this kind of setup, medyo mahirap yung makuha yung attention span ng mga bata kasi maiksi lang yung attention span ng mga bata. Okay. So that's it. Yun lang mga learners and teachers. Thank you for having me and for keeping up with me during the session. Again, it is an honor and I am delighted to be here with all of you. And also let me end the presentation with a little quotes. It says, "The beautiful thing about learning is nobody can take it away from you." So again, teachers, I am encouraging you to learn and learn and learn and be extra because the learnings that you have or the knowledge that you have will never be taken away from you. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Teacher Jonaline. You know what? I really like that thing, yung activity na creating a story with your students out of these emojis, no, yung mga emoticons na yun. Pwede pala yun na
Yes, teacher. Na ano ko lang din. Na-discover ko siya in the Twitter kasi pina-follow ko yung Google Docs sa Twitter. Also,
yes.
nakalimutan ko i-share. Last week, nag-update sila. Meron na silang checkbox sa Google Docs. So, it's very important that we have to learn about that kasi ang galing para siyang para siyang Google Task na pwede mo siyang i-check kapag tapos mo na. So, very great talaga.
Yes. Mm-mm. I really like it because the use of Google Workspace for Education in general helps us teachers, educators as well to be able to utilize its Google tools. And that should be anchored to the learning objectives. We are the designers of our curriculum, so we must know what the Google tools to use for such objectives. Okay, so I really learned a lot from your presentation, Teacher Junalyn, despite the challenge that the internet connection is not cooperating, but with your eagerness and determination to share your knowledge and skills to our educators, maganda po yung presentation and the discussion niyo. Normally, yan naman po talaga yung na-encounter natin sa online, sa synchronous sessions natin, no? So, with our eagerness and desire to help our students, our teachers, marami po tayong mga pwedeng paraan para matulungan sila. Okay, so let's get back our other speakers to have our open forum. Teacher Janet? You are muted. Teacher.
Okay, so thank you so much, Teacher Joseph, Teacher Jonalyn, and Teacher Rika Jane. Sa lahat-lahat ng mga shinare ninyo na mga tips and tricks about these 3 Google tools. And to our dear participants, this is now your time to ask questions by typing them in our comment box. Ito na po yung time natin na mag-ask ng questions sa mga speakers po natin.
So,
Do we have, sir? Do we have
while
questions?
waiting for our participants for their questions, alam mo, let's try to recap yung mga shinare ng ating mga speakers for today. So, on the part of Teacher Rika's presentation on the use of Google Forms, you know, the Google Forms can be used with a wide range from instruction to assessment to survey. So ang ganda yung pagka-discuss ni Teacher Rika doon, no? Sabi nga ni Teacher Rika kanina that while we should be adaptive and responsive to the challenges, such as to technological challenges, para hindi daw tayo left behind. And I agree on that. Kasi since we are new to this new normal, with this new kind of educational landscape, teachers are really responding to the challenges naman. Okay? Ano mo masasabi mo, Teacher Melchor, on the part of the presentation and discussion of Teacher Joseph with regard to Google Slides?
Well, napansin ko sa mga Google Forms, Google Slides and Google Docs, actually interactive na rin sila, di ba? Kasi last time, yung Jamboard lang yung pinapresent ko para sa interactive activity with students. Pero yung slide pala, tsaka yung Google Docs, kapag sinare sa students, and then ginamit sa Google Meet, so they can work together with their students. Tapos interactive na rin yung mga activities na pwedeng gawin doon. So, ang ganda. Ang dami ng development sa Google Workspace. Mama-maximize natin yung paggamit ng mga application na yan in our classroom.
Yes, absolutely great, Teacher Melchor. This shows that the Google Workspace for Education is really improving its cadence as to the workspace. No? The utilization of Google tools are really improving. Kaya napansin ko doon sa output ni Teacher Joseph kanina na ang daming pwedeng ilagay, ang daming pwedeng gamitin para sa mga teachers, para sa kanilang mga estudyante. No? Nagiging interactive in nature na siya. Mm-hmm. How about naman kay Teacher Janet sa ating discussion ni Teacher Jonalyn?
Sabi ko lang, Teacher, hindi lang Google Docs, yung sasabihin ko talaga, lahat-lahat ng mga Google tools talaga, there are nade-develop na sila to be more interactive to our students and to our learners by just creating, by having a format of all the documents, of all kung ano man yung ipapasok mo sa kanila, nagiging super interactive na sila. Kasi alam natin that lahat-lahat ng mga tools doon parang naka-embedded already in that only one tool. Lahat-lahat na nakaka-search ka na without going out with this tool, without having another tab. Nandun na eh. All in one. One-stop shop na siya. So, super ganda po sila. Yun lang ang masasabi ko, Teacher Reggie.
All right. So thank you very much, Teacher Janet, for your insights. I guess we don't have questions from our participants in the YouTube and in the Facebook. Uh, do you have some questions? Baka pwede ikaw na lang, Teacher Janet, ang magtanong
Ay,
sa
wow.
ating speakers.
Yes. Pag walang question, ako yung magtatanong. Okay, to all our speakers po, sa tatlo po nating speakers, kindly have an advice po sa mga teachers natin this coming school year. Ano po yung may advice po natin sa kanila? Kanino po tayo mag-start? Kay Sir Joseph po. Okay, mag-start po tayo kay Sir Joseph.
Okay, so what a
Advice.
wonderful question, ma'am. Kay Teacher Janet. Okay, so ang advice ko lang to all fellow educators, so let us be creative and maximize in using Google tools in order for our students to be attractive into our lesson and to be participative into our lessons. That is why we need to be creative in all our means. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Being creative.
How about si Ma'am Rika naman po? Ma'am Rika.
Thank you, Teacher Janet. So my advice for our fellow teachers for the school year 2021-2022 is just keep on learning. As teachers, we cannot give what we do not have. And how can we facilitate online learning like this if we don't equip ourselves with such useful tools like this, Google tools? So yung reminder ko lang, yung challenge ko sa kanina sa aking talk, gear up with technology, engage in proactive learning, ask for help and or assess, and recalibrate one's pedagogy. At kapag ginawa natin yon, I am sure that we can conquer the new normal once again. So yun lang po.
Ayan. So I like the word keep on learning. Ayan. So thank you, Teacher Rika, because with that, it reminds us that learning is a lifelong process. Diba? All right. So how about Teacher Jonah? What advice you can give to our teachers, to our participants, with respect to your discussion, and of course, to the preparation for the upcoming Balik Eskwela?
So to my fellow teachers, I just wanted to tell you that you don't have to be hesitate sa paggamit ng technology kasi dito na tayo, we can't stop change kasi nga 'di ba, inevitable ang change. So kailangan natin lang i-embrace, i-reskill yung sarili natin even though we already know about that certain app. Malay mo 'di ba, may update siya kasi parang Google lang, 'di ba? Google is keep on updating us. So kailangan lang natin mag-explore and be innovative to use these apps in order to deliver such to have an effective teaching during these trying times.
All right. So I love the words reskill and explore. No, so these two words are very important nowadays in this kind of new normal of education. To explore with the various technologies and to be able to reskill ourselves and to use these technologies to our pedagogy. So ang ganda lang ng talagang ating presentation because you teachers, you speakers, you have presented us with these Google tools for us teachers to improve our pedagogy. Okay? So thank you very much, teachers. Would you like to say something, Teacher Melchor or Teacher Janet?
Teacher Reggie, do you have any announcement to our viewers? Do you have any other events to watch on in our ITED group and our GEG Locus Norte group, teacher?
Of course. Yes, Teacher Janet. May I allow this opportunity to announce or give some important things, or we would like to share that the Ilocotech group would like to conduct a webinar series on the use of Edpuzzle and Wakelet that will be used for our teachers, for our students. No, we will be. We have here our Wakelet ambassador who have just joined with our team and would like to collab with us. So that's a great opportunity for all of us here in the province, Teacher Janet, because nagsisilabasan ng mga maraming digital technologies, and we would like also to be acquainted and also to learn with these tools. So with these free training services, it's an opportunity to all of us because now that we are into this web sessions, webinar workshops, and they are free, gustong-gusto ko talaga naman yan para at least mara-skill ako, nasabi ni Teacher Jonah. Okay?
So, how about si Teacher Mel po? Do you have any message po sa mga participants po natin or sa
Actually,
mga viewers natin?
alam mo, Teacher Janet, si Teacher Melchor, talagang turf niya yung Google Sites at Jamboard. Pwede natin siyang gawing speaker someday dito sa ating webinar. Di ba, Teacher Janet?
Yes,
Why
teacher.
not?
Ayan.
Mamamaster ko na yan, Sir Reggie. Pang ilang beses na.
Oo, teacher, yes.
So, Teacher
Okay, so
Reggie,
congratulations sa mga presenters natin ngayon, Sir Joseph, Ma'am Jane, and Ma'am Jonathan. Tatlong J. Wow. Very significant yung event natin ngayon. Tapos yung MC natin, si Ma'am Janet pa. So, Sir Reggie, ako na lang walang J. Walang...
Tayong dalawa walang J. But yung J
That is
is a
mystic.
di ba? So nakita ko dito na we have here Sir Anthony looking forward for these trainings, teachers. Yes, no? So we will be looking forward with these trainings. Ayan. So Sir Anthony, he has joined to our team and that we are very glad that Sir is one of our collaborators soon. So we need to anticipate for these activities, for these webinar activities soon. Okay? So with that, I would like to commend our speakers and that they will be given a certificate of appreciation for this endeavor, for this webinar workshop. Thank you very much, teachers.
and this concludes our events. Thank you for staying with us, and to our dear speakers, we really appreciate your effort and your expertise. Stay safe, everyone.
ITED, Ilocotech Support Group, Ilocos trainers, educators, and developers. Inspire and support diversity toward inclusive growth. Transform and empower individuals with ethics and professionalism. Educate and provide holistic developments and trainings. ITED, Ilocotech Support Group.